Did you know that the first Thursday in May is National Day of Prayer? This is something that happens every year, and I love taking this time and opportunity to encourage you in your prayer life. So I have a free printable that I made. It's available to download in the Creative Faith Freebie Hub and it has prayer prompts from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. that you can use on National Day of Prayer, or of course, any other day as well, too, that you want to dedicate to prayer. But I love this printable because you can cut out each of these prompts and glue or tape them into a prayer journal and use it as a jumping off point for praying over all sorts of different themes. So, how I structured it is you start in the morning with the biggest prayer, prayers for the world, and then prayers for the US, then prayers for your city, your church, and yourself. And of course, if you don't live in the US, you can substitute that out with your country that you live in. But really awesome, free, again, totally free printable, available in the Creative Faith Freebie Hub. And this is a really beautiful purple and gray color scheme. And then I do also have a similar one in pink that I have also created that's in the Freebie Hub. So in this video, what I'm going to do is set up the prayer journal that I'm going to use on National Day of Prayer to use to pray over all these topics. I have several coordinating items that match this free printable that I'm going to be using to set this up. So, first of all, I have the Creative Faith prayer journals, and you can see the pretty purple and gray color scheme that matches the freebie. And last year I used this B6 size prayer journal to use on National Day of Prayer. And so I do have a setup video for this that I will link in the description box below, as well as a full flip through video of this prayer journal. So that's a really great jumping off point to watch in addition to this video, of course, if you want some prayer journal setup ideas. So this is the B6 size. This year I want to use the traveler's notebook size. And so there are pages. These are what the pages look like on the inside. And so it gives you a great opportunity to decorate or not. You, of course, don't need to decorate, but I think that's a really fun part of prayer journaling. And there is also the Creative Faith Prayer Journaling online course, and the prayer journals walk through how to prayer journal with prompts. There's a tracker, as well as even more prompts in here, too, that you can cut and glue on the different pages. So, those prayer journals are really awesome. There's also an A5 size. So, if you want a prayer journal to use that matches, you can pick these up on Amazon, and I'll have those linked in the description box below. And those are affiliate links, which means I get a small commission if you use that link to make a purchase. In the Creative Faith Etsy shop, I have these physical notepads that are prayer journaling pages that also match. I really, really love these. These are available. And then I have a couple printables that I pulled. So the main printable that matches the collection, I think it's called Floral Prayer Journal. And it has the beautiful purple prayer color scheme. And so I pulled or reprinted some of these pages to use to decorate. And then the theme for National Day of Prayer 2025 is Pour Out to the God of Hope and Be Filled. And it's based on Romans 15:13. And I actually have a printable called Gray Mugs, and it has that verse hand lettered out, as well as these different things like overflowing with prayer, full of prayer, thirsty for more of the Lord. So this really matches well with the theme for National Day of Prayer this year. And I will link also down below the National Day of Prayer website if you want to check that out. And then I recently released a printable called a prayer board printable, and I walk through in a video all about how to set up a physical prayer board. So I'll link that video below and this printable. but it comes with some different prompt cards. And so I thought these would be kind of neat to include. These are the ones I didn't use on my actual prayer board. And so I thought, oh, these totally match the purple color scheme. And then you could also use this. The prayer board printable comes with multiple color schemes and little banners, as well as these little cork boards. So you could definitely print this at a smaller scale and add it to your journal if you want, and use these little post-it note type of things to write your prayers on. So those are all of the printables that I have ready to go, and I am so excited to take some time now to set up my prayer journal for National Day of Prayer. And of course, I'll use it after that too, because there's more than just this amount of pages in the prayer journal. So let's dive in now and get started setting everything up. So I am, surprise, surprise, losing light. That seems to happen to me a lot. But I'm going to see how much I can get done. And I thought I would keep kind of this next to me too, so I can write down or kind of maybe even mimic how I set things up in here, possibly. So I definitely love decorating the cover, and I think I'll probably use this card, Psalm 86, 6 through 7, on the cover, or the inside cover. And I love taking time to just decorate my prayer journaling pages. It's a really great way to prepare my heart for the actual day of prayer. There are different events happening online that you can check out. Or I would encourage you to get with your family, your friends, and have your own day of prayer. So that is something else you can do at our church. We're going to meet at a local park and have our prayer day there, which is going to be really fun. We haven't ever done one in a park before. We've done several events like prayer day events at our church, but we haven't met at a park. And so I think that's going to be really fun, and we'll just see what God's going to do. But I love prayer. I think prayer is one of the most important parts of my walk with the Lord. It's such a gift to talk with God, to cry out to Him, and He, of course, loves hearing from His children. So feel very thankful that no matter what's happening, we can cry out to God in prayer, and He answers us. So I'm just kind of it would have been a great idea before today to have pre-cut a bunch of things out, but that didn't happen. Another thing I have pulled on my desk that you can't totally see is some purple washi tape, some washi tape that I pulled that kind of match this color scheme. And so I also have that I can use. I think I'll put this guy over here, and something that I wrote on the inside cover of my last journal was the date I started this and the date I ended it. So I think I will do that again. Date started and date ended. Something kind of fun to see, like what season of life I was in as I was working through this. And I don't know what other little elements I want to include. But maybe I'll do mug, prayer mug. Maybe I'll do one of the smaller mugs. That's probably a better idea. I love having like smaller little images to use in addition to big ones. And you can also always print things at different percentages on your printer. So you could print it like 2 to a page or print it at 50% if you want to make icons smaller. That's something kind of fun to do. But I'd love to know in the comments if your church or your city or your community does anything for National Day of Prayer. And let's kind of pull this aside. Definitely go check out the prayer board video that I made on YouTube. That was a really fun one to make. I have a little prayer board in my home full of different requests that I'm lifting to the Lord. I probably should have swapped these two, but let's see if there's a different, shorter one. Or maybe I'll actually use one of these. Overflowing with prayer. That is a good little phrase to remember. So cute. All right, then we have this verse, Philippians 4, 6 through 7. I love that one. Maybe I'll put one of the larger elements. I love it when things match too, so I think it's super fun to have a prayer journal that matches a prayer notepad that matches a printable. This one I released last year in 2024. And so be sure to check your files and see if you already downloaded this and purchased it. All right, probably won't make it through everything, but let's see. So I want these first couple pages to be kind of like a title page. So maybe I'll put this here, and maybe I'll put some washi tape behind it. I have this really thick purple washi tape that is so pretty. Always try and incorporate washi tape in every one of my projects. And so then if I put it at the top and bottom, then I'll have enough room for the actual calendar sheet. And hopefully you've checked out the Creative Faith Freebie Hub, where I have this free printable as well as tons of other free printables. I thought it would be nice to kind of put them all in one place and have this little freebie hub available. And once you sign up once for it, you can just re-log in again. You don't need to like create a whole new account or anything like that. So this will be my title page. For National Day of Prayer. Can sometimes be a little tricky getting such a large sticker down. I like printing everything on sticker paper, white or clear sticker paper. Just makes it super easy to not really need a ton of adhesive. Didn't do perfect application, but that's okay. Jesus is the only perfect one. I think I will start putting down the different prompts on the page. So each page will get a different prompt. I'll have to kind of think about where I'll put each of them. This would be a really sweet activity to do with your family. And this one says, pray for the U.S. government. And one of the little cards I have here says prayers for our nation and leaders. So maybe I'll kind of layer those. These ones I did not print on sticker paper. All right. And we'll just keep going, putting the prompts down because those are really the most important thing. Everything else is more just kind of fun and decorative to add to the page. It's all kind of bonus. And again, if I don't get it all decorated ahead of time, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. And I just kind of remembered, I think last time I covered the date on most of them because I'm doing them all, all on the same day. And so then we're moving into prayers for your city and your church. As someone who works at a church, I always think it's so important to take time to pray over your church and your staff and the church members, church leadership team. Those are all really important people to pray over. And just adding a little bit of washi tape. And layering that. I feel like I should do the same thing over here so that it matches. But I don't really have any washi tape, other washi tape this size, so just do it the same. Have the sunset light coming into the office window. Might take a quick little break to get some red light in my eyes before the sun goes down. But I'm almost done adding the prompts. And then I might just call it a night. And that would be okay too. This project should not be something stressful. It is something to give to the Lord and as just a fun way to spend time with Him through prayer journaling. All right, and then here is my last one. Pray for yourself. All right, I'm going to spend about 5 more minutes working on this. And oh, I forgot I was going to put the main verse for Day of Prayer down. Yeah, I'm going to spend 5 more minutes working on it, and then I'm going to call it good enough. Guess I could put it here. I almost wish I would have made this a second like title page. Or I could even make a little journaling flap with some sort of card. But I think I am overthinking it. So let's see. Cut out a few prompts. Like today I am praying for. That's a good one. Thy will be done. That's another really good one. I could reprint that over and over again and use it on every page. I pray, ... Yeah, I probably used some of these last year, but just don't remember. Trusting you with. Put that one on prayers for my family or prayers for myself. I am full of prayer. So prayers for the world. Do have some of these. Maybe for health struggles, I'll use that one for my family. We have different family members kind of going through health situations. It's kind of fun to use this new printable I made for the prayer board. I am full of prayer. So thankful that God hears every single prayer. And He works things out in His time and in His way. Maybe I'll put a little mug on top. The heart one would be really cute to go along with my family. One thing often, and I probably should have done it for this video, but I will print a bunch of pages and I'll just sit in front of the TV or my laptop watching YouTube and I'll cut just a bunch of things out and then I'm just kind of ready to go for doing something like this. There's also one, friends who are struggling. Maybe I'll use this one on prayers for your church congregation members. Because I have a lot of sweet friends at church who seem to be going through a lot right now. Seems like kind of a heavy season for a lot of people. And I love this little one. God hears every single prayer. What a beautiful reminder. And I'm almost at those 5 minutes. So I don't think I'll get to decorating every page, but that is totally okay. Like this one, today I am praying for. And trusting you with. Let's see. Maybe that would be good for church mission projects. We have a lot going on at our church with mission projects right now. Praying for kids and youth ministry. That prompt. And thy will be done. What would be a good one for that? Maybe for the US media and entertainment. do still want to include the key verse somehow. All right, I found this old tag, and I think this will be kind of cool. I guess it doesn't totally match kind of the vibe of this project, but that's okay. A cute little tag for the key verse, and it's kind of fun when things hang off the top. And I can add some washi tape here to tape it in to the project. And maybe I'll use this skinny one so that I still have room to write my prayers for the world. Okay, that's so cute. I'm really glad I included that. Oh, that's adorable. I really want to add just a little something up in that corner. Maybe the one that says prayer journal. And the cool thing about these printables is you can use them in your prayer journal, you could use them in your Bible, you could use them in a devotion book or a traveler's notebook, you could use them in your planner. So lots of fun ways to use printables. And it's coming off the top a little bit, so I'll just trim that down. All right, here is the final look at what I got done in setting up my prayer journal. So I have the inside cover with the free verse, Psalm 86. Hear Yahweh my prayer, listen to the voice of my petitions. In the day of my trouble I will call on you, for you will answer me. I added some elements from the Gray Mugs printable and the coordinating prayer journal floral printable in the Etsy shop. And I added my date started and date ended. Added another cute mug here. And then I added the overall calendar of hours with the different prompts. And then I love how this little tag turned out with Romans 15:13, which is the key verse for National Day of Prayer 2025. And this is a part of the Gray Mugs printable. And then I put all the different prompts on the pages. And I also used some of the squares from my brand new prayer board printable. So got little prompts there and additional decorations. And yeah, it turned out simpler than my one from last year. Last year I had more time and bandwidth to set it up and decorate it, but it is really truly not about the decorating. It is about spending time with the Lord. But pretty printables make everything more fun. So friends who are struggling, I put that under congregation members, for my church, there's for family, and for yourself. And then I have more pages, of course, in the prayer journal that I can use. And then there's also answered prayers in the back too. So that is a look at how I like to set up a prayer journal, how you can set up a prayer journal for National Day of Prayer or any day, of course. Again, you can get this in the Creative Faith Freebie Hub. And then I'll have the other physical resources, including the matching prayer notepad, the prayer journals on Amazon, and the coordinating printables. I'll have all that linked down below, as well as information about the Creative Faith Prayer Journaling online course. If you haven't signed up yet, now is the time to do it. And I hope this video was a blessing to you. If you ever have any prayer requests, never hesitate to reach out. You can email me, Hillary, HILLARY, at creativefaithco.com. And I would love to pray for you or your family. And be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification. And I will see you in the next Creative Faith video. Bye, friend!